The OHL looks ahead at each of our teams as the 2022-2023 season approaches. Joining me now is Sarnia Sting head coach Alan Letang. Coach, thanks so much for taking the time today.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
To start things off, looking ahead into this new season, what are you most looking forward to?
Yeah, I think it's exciting to get the guys back. We've got 10 kids away at NHL camp, so that's a big bonus for our group. Moving forward, I think the biggest thing is us to take another step from last year. We had the opportunity to get very young, and going into that first round of the playoffs against Windsor, I think we learned a lot. Now we just need those guys to take the next step and push to win a few rounds and push here.
As has been the case for a couple of seasons now, you have a big game goalie in Ben Gaudreau. Is it reassuring to know that you have such a reliable guy back there as your last line of defense?
Yeah, there's a lot of nights where he makes us look good, but we definitely need to shore up our defensive side of our game just to kind of help them and start moving pucks out of our zone a lot quicker. But when we do have those breakdowns, especially early on when guys are getting on the same page, it's nice having Benny back there.
The Sting have an intriguing angle this year in your import picks. Lance and Bill Manus both have attended NHL camps. How have they looked early on to you?
Good. I've been impressed with both of them. Sandus coming in. I got to watch him quite a bit at the World Juniors and knew a little bit about him. I spoke to Florida a little bit about him, and they were excited that they got him in the 5th round, and knew that he had some work to do away from the puck, but he's got a good skill set, and I think he'll fit nicely in our top 6. Lance coming in after having an injury a couple of years ago, breaking his leg, and with COVID and being away, coming as a 19-year-old, he's looked solid. He looks very mature. He's got a quiet game where he's always in the right position at center. So I think there'll be a slight adjustment period for both of them playing in our league. I don't think they realize how competitive and how hard it is night in and night out, especially in the Western Conference. But we're real excited about both of them. I think by the first 2 months, they'll be a huge part of our, not only our special teams, but just a part of our leadership group, because they do have those mature characteristics.
On the topic of newer players, we've now had a few weeks of preseason training, some exhibition games as well. What rookies have really stood out to you so far?
Yeah, we've got a nice group coming in with Porter's looked real good in training camp, and in the first 2 exhibition games, he brings a nice set of skill along with some of that sandpaper that we were kind of looking for. And my 2 assistants say he reminds them of Corey Perry quite a bit. So if we can get half of that out of him, we'll be real happy. Campbell on the back end's been a very pleasant surprise with his poise and his maturity. Moves very well, and we're patient with him. He's going to need some time as a D to develop and be a part of our lineup. And hopefully with our D core with Ritchie and Dillingham and Mast and Romeo, we can protect him and let him get his feet wet and feel comfortable. And then, another young guy, Sean Doherty, came in, kind of a surprise that we have. He'll be around for most of the year. And then we had a kid sign as a free agent, Doucette, who came in and just forced himself onto the team because of his work ethic, his hockey sense, his smarts. So, we've added a little bit of depth to our younger core, and they're going to push for ice time. They're going to push our returning players for those extra minutes.
And finally, as we head into this new season, what would you say are the hockey club's expectations this year?
Yeah, well, we've got high expectations this year. We want to, obviously, we're gonna push for obviously that playoff spot. But I think we've got to achieve a lot more. We need our special teams to be a lot better. We need our defensive play to be a lot better, and just be a more grittier, a more consistent team. We had a lot of ups and downs last year, and we knew that coming in because we lost some of our leadership and we went young. But now, those younger guys and those 18, 19-year-olds, they have to take that step and grab this team and put their stamp on it and their characteristics. And we want to push for a playoff spot, but we also want to push for some, a few rounds in the playoffs like every team.
Well, Coach, thank you so much for your time today. I wish you and the Sting the best of luck as the start of the season approaches.
Thank you very much. Pleasure.